Outer Orange.
Bam, it's that time again. Oh yeah, it is time for some what to buy discussions. I am changing it up just a tiny bit this time. Oh my god, I just realized that my One Piece box still on the ground. Oh no. Oh, that's how long has that been there for? It's at least been a day. What is that doing there? I'm doing a little bit differently. I'm actually making a chart this time to showcase what the new decks are instead of just trying to explain it through like words. I think this is just easier. So I'm just gonna go straight into it. So let's go straight into it. All right, fam, I posted a tweet about it as well, just so other people can also see it. But basically, this is a quick breakdown of our current what to buy, which is going into set 10. So this is basically just explaining what the meta currently is, like basically just decks that are popular right now. I had some people ask me about the ban list. Obviously, this is current ban list. We don't have a ban list yet, so Bob still has Trickmoon. And then we have the reliable. This is basically just decks that have just been performing outside of just the decks that everybody knows does well. And these are the brand new decks that are coming into the format. So we have this new Dragon Empire deck, the Dino deck. We have a new version of Jewel, which is a new deck. It's a new Vanguard. We have the new Lyle deck, also a new Divine deck here. We have the new Nana Clear, which is for Stoicheia. We have the new Granfia right here, just the Wolfman, and we have Juicy, the new Lyrical decks. These are all the new decks that we are getting that basically got actual support. So if you want to buy any of these, you're gonna have to buy the new card and its supporting cards per each thing. And you'll notice that some of these decks up here, none of these decks up here got support. So none of these decks got support. Technically, I think this one did, but no one really uses it. But yeah, but just keep in mind, Bob did get a little bit of support here. And then these are decks down here that all got support. So every single one of these decks got some kind of card that either has their name on it or has their archetype on it. So a good example, if it says like Gear Dragon or something, that's a jet card, you know, just stuff like that. So basically down here, every single one of these decks got some kind of support. So we're just gonna do a quick rundown. I gave you guys literally which decks are getting support. You can just pick the decks you want to focus on. I'm just going to show you what they look like now. We're gonna start with Dragon Empire here. So like I said, we got this new boss man right here. This is the new Din Barda, and got a bunch of support alongside with him. And then we also got a couple new side support cards with him. Also, Eugene got support in this set too. It's one card, so if you really want to play Eugene, here you go. The card's not too bad, it's just Eugene sucks. Sorry, Eugene fans. I'm a big fan of Eugene, and he's thinky right now. But then you'll notice there's actually a lot of these cards. I'm gonna show off these kind of cards a couple times. I'll go back to that card in a second. But anyway, see, there's a couple support cards. Now I will say Dragon Empire got this really interesting card right here. I actually want to talk about this card because this card's generic, and I don't think the other nations got this card, and it's actually a really good card. So it says when it's used placed on rearguard circle, perform the following. It's a when placed on rearguard, which we don't get very often. For one, you can counterblast search deck for up to one set order, reveal it, add to your hand. So any set order you want, or you can still blast, search your deck or job for a set order, reveal it, and if your order zone has 2 or more set orders of the same card name as this card, put it into your hand. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck. And it says one this unit boosts or attacks. If your order zone has a set order in this unit, it gets plus 2k. Your opponent's greater. You can choose 2 set orders of the same name, and then she gets another plus 5k. Now she is, I believe, meant for the Zedholland's deck. If I remember correctly, there is a specific deck that cares about the set orders, but there's one important thing about this card in particular that I really like. It's a direct search, and we actually don't have too many of these. And to counterblast a Sword Blast as well to kind of get these cards. I do think this card's really good. I'm actually going to try it out, and I'm kind of curious if they're going to print more of these kind of cards in other nations coming up. Maybe not specifically for an order, maybe for an actual, maybe not for set order, maybe for regular order. I want to point this card out because this is the first time I saw this card, and I know for a fact other nations don't have this right now. Maybe some have something close like Shadow Cloak, but not this card exactly. This is a really good effect. It actually makes me want to try some of the new stuff that we have. It makes me want to try some more Dragon Empire decks, specifically the ones that run the set orders. There aren't that many, but there are a couple because it is very specific, and I just really wanted to talk about it. There is Alcalibra support here, and it is on the little chart there. Just don't forget to go back to the lovely chart. Like I said, it's also on Twitter. You can follow me and check me out on there to see that. I might actually even post it on YouTube just for people to see it. I don't know if it's easier. If you guys want it on YouTube, let me know below if you want this chart on YouTube as well. Just tell me and I'll do it. It's that simple. Anyway, so we got that. So I actually haven't read this card yet, so let's read together. So it says if it shows, it gets 10k. So I'll clear numbers, that really good stuff. You can also retire, choose one of your Vanguards. It gets, once you attacks, choose up to 1 rear guard. With our charge, you get plus 5k. So you can basically give a 10k on zone, they give another plus 5k from its effect, and then Alcalibra also gives extra power, so it's another power buffer, which is really good. Alcalibra loves hitting big, and that's exactly what that card does. Also got this is more the Zedholland support stuff. I need to check this deck out. I've been slowly inching into Dragon Empire. It's been a slow burner type of thing, but we're getting there. I'm slowly getting my way in. We also have this guy right here. This is Form. Oh, Vanguard is armed. Oh, I can't read, guys. I can't read. Anyway, if it's armed, you play the Soul Draw. It's pretty good. Honestly, pretty good card. Now they have another Bob. They also have this Overdressability guy. If it's armed, it cannot be retired. Most of these cards aren't really played, at least for specifically Bob, because Bob's pack is just pretty tight, and they like running other cards that kind of keep the consistency going. Got some Dino support here as well, and I want to briefly talk about this card. I believe, if I remember correctly, other nations have this card as well, and I think there's a grade 1 version of it as well. So be on the lookout. These basically just have 10k power, 10k shield on them, as long as you're at 4 or more damage, which is pretty cool. Just a nice little cool addition. Got this guy as well. This is the this is the ride line for the Dino deck. This guy up here, so just keep on the lookout for that. That's your starters. And then this is another Dino card. This is not a Dino card. This is the third battle or more shield cards. So there's basically these shield cards that are coming out that are 15k shield if it's the third or more battle. Really weird and specific, but it's kind of cool. I think it's a really cool gimmick as well. Another armed card, because apparently Bob needed more. And this guy right here, this is the part of the nymph stuff. So if you're into the nymph stuff as well, there's that. And then more Zed support. There's Dark States. Dark States, it got new jewel support. So again, that's on the chart. So you have this new grade 3, you have a whole new ride line. You have basically a bunch of new stuff to work with, but you're still going to be using ult support. This is one of the few decks that it's a new deck, but it's technically not fully new because it's got a ton of ult support. A lot of experimenting to do here. There's a lot of cards that you can work with to make your deck good. I don't know how good or bad this deck is, but I will say going second, it feels pretty great because all your effects go online. So kind of up to you how you want to treat it. You also have to you don't have to rely on the grade 4 to play the game. You still need it, but you don't like rely on it, which is kind of cool. So you have a couple ways to build this out. Lyle got this new card. It's actually insane. This is for Odium. So if you're a big Odium player, definitely a good time to pick up Odium. I think Odium actually gets a really big buff with this. It just basically makes the deck way more consistent, just way better in every way. The deck isn't perfect still, but it is a lot better. Blackmire got this new card. It's actually pretty good. I've seen a couple lists with this card. It's basically free if you have like 4 bound. I guess 10k, and then it also gives something else 5k. And you can if you put in a soul, you can also bind it face down to give something else power. And if you have like 8 bound, it gets something 10k power. So you can basically, like on your divine turn, you can like swing Van, swing with this, and then have this buff up your grade 2 guy, and then your grade 2 guy with a bunch of with the crit on it is going to be like even harder to block. And also it itself gets power too, which is also pretty good, which makes it even harder to block as well. You can also like buff up like like one of your dragons or whatever. Like you have a couple options how you want to do it. You can also technically buff up Vanguard. So, and also the fact that it binds itself makes it easier for you to like proc your abilities. The only downside that is a grade 3, and that means it's another card in your hand that's not a shield card. And if you're running 4 of these, you definitely have to be careful how you're playing your early game, because the early game is where it matters a lot for taking damage. So definitely be on the lookout, but it's a cool card. Also, there's this new card for, yeah, you guys read this correctly. It's this guy. I know we all forgot about this guy. This guy got support. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that guy got support. It's so random. The card itself reads very okay. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what this guy does. I think he works with like a ton of grade 3s or something like that, but we can look him up real quick. You see what I mean? This is his first card, like his first wave of support, like official wave of support, not some random stuff that shoves itself in, like his actual line of support. Like this is crazy to me. When I saw this, I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean Hades got support? But Hades got support. This is a guy that lets you put 2 grade 3s in a soul draw card, and then he also gets the guard restrict. If you have like 6 or more grade 3s in your soul, when your opponent would call cards from their hand, they must call 3 or more for his battle, if I remember correctly. So yeah, so for his battle, it's like a triple door. I actually own this card because I was like, God, I love triple door. I'm just a big fan of triple door. And then I was like, man, I don't know how to build this. And then I looked it up. I was like, it has no support. It's all just like secondary side support that you don't know how to use fully. Like you have to really work hard for this one. And now we have a new guy. We have a new dude who counts as a grade 3, 10k, and then he basically lets you draw a card and choose one units from your hand called an open rearguard circle. Like when he's put into soul, so basically it's an extra attacker, and they can choose one of your backrow grade 3s and say composite that called and stand it. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, the card isn't bad, it's just this deck has no support. So I just want to let you guys know that that exists. I needed you guys to know that that is out there. Barrow got some support. I don't think it's that crazy. It's this guy right here, and then so this guy also lets you, it's like kind of weird, put a card from hand to soul, call this card to rearguard circle, it gets plus 5k. So you basically like filter your soul out, put something in, take something out type of things. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's just okay. More jeweled cards here. There's also this, there's some greed on support. It's really random. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Greedon, you can buy this card like a top card of your deck, call it, or put in a soul, so you have a little bit there. I think the other card, this one's not too terrible. It's okay. It kind of lets you filter your soul a bit better while checking top 5. I think Brandt Gate really won this set, but I think Brandt got the best support, unironically. So we have the Neopo Dio restander, which not many people are happy about it, but hey, it's a restander. But the big thing is really this guy. This is the new top 5 searcher. This basically makes like every deck a lot better if you play set orders in your deck, and Brandt Gate is mainly focused on set orders. Really, really good card. So So you could try it in Archetype now. You could play in Ava, obviously. You could play the monster deck. It's just got a lot. It's got a lot going for it. And I will say its second effect is a little bit more restricted. If you have a Vanguard with Monsters card, you get the 10k buff, but it's usually 5k, which is kind of weird because other decks didn't really have this specific restriction. Like, they restricted like with the effect they had on them, but every deck could use the effect as long as they played the order, right? So it's a little weird there. But otherwise, the same thing. Pretty cool. And then we have the new Moon card. It's really, really good. Gravidia got support, by the way, so it's actually a good card. This card is good. The deck is still really bad, but the card itself is good. Actually makes the deck more playable. You can out bounce cards back to your hand, which is very important in your mask turns, because on the mask turns you have to call from hand on Gravidia swings. What you can do is you can bounce the cards you like swung with and then recall to same 2 cards, which means you get a lot of like value out of it. It makes it less poo-poo, but the deck is still poo-poo, but it's a fun poo-poo now. It's like less bad poo-poo. So the first effect that you search for the mask, which is really, really important, or meteor, which is also really important. So if you're breaking, this card helps a lot. This is definitely like a 4 of, by the way. This card's just too good. Visor got support. That's also pretty cool. So he just got a bunch of random support. So here you go, Rotovisor fans, have fun. You guys got a card. And then Orpus got some support. I don't really value it very highly, but you can check it out. Also, unironically, Vanguard, I got like 2 cards. I got this guy, which actually isn't bad. It has another one that's also not too bad. This one lets you find cards a little bit faster. It also lets you revive cards. This is definitely going to be probably a card that you'll be seeing played more often now. It's actually a really good card. It does kind of suck that the card you call out has to be retired, which is kind of dookie, but you know, we can't have everything, right? We can't have everything. And then that's a random generic card kind of ish. I think it works with like I think it works with Astrum. I don't remember. It works with something. And then this is one of the set order cards. Here's the other Moon piece. So if you're playing the Moon deck, you need this as well. This is another reason why the deck gets a lot better. Yeah, if this was put in, if a card wasn't put into your order zone by a card's ability, you can bind this one and choose up to 1 strategy from your hand or drop and put in the order zone. So this basically lets you put stuff into the order zone without having to have it specifically in your hand, since you can to choose the drop. What you can do is you can pitch them into drop and then use this to bind it and play it. Everything about this card's good. It's just now we have to find the space for it. I'm never gonna be testing out Vanguard to see how this works out. You see what I mean? Like, Brandt Gate got the goods. Brandt Gate got the goods to say. Here's another one of those grade 3s with the extra power. That's got a monster card, by the way, like exclusively a monster card that basically stuns something for a turn. They can't intercept with it, if I remember correctly, and they also can't stand it, so it's just stuck there. So that's also really cool. It's a monster-driven type of card, so you can put an archetype monster, whatever you want to play it in. Obviously, it's not great, but it's cool. So this is the other Orpheus card. It was attacks a grade 3 unit. If you have 3 tokens, you can energy blast 2 until the end of that battle. When your opponent will call from hand, they have to call 2 or more. By the way, specifically tokens. So in all actuality, as long as you play tokens in your deck, you can play this card. So just something you might. It's not specifically Orpheus restricted, so that's also really cool there. And I think that's primarily it. So I think there's a couple others. Here's a prison card. I didn't even realize there was a prison card, so I actually missed one. Technically, she is on the chart, but she's somewhere else on the chart. But there is actually in a prison card. I just don't think you're going to use that. Obviously, you don't really need it. There's another monster card right here. We have you can call this card out with specifically this Disher Rockhopper is placed. I don't actually know what a Disher Rockhopper is. I think it's another card. Let me just look up Disher. What is a Disher? Oh, is this a previous? Oh, that's so cool. I actually didn't realize that. That's cool. So this card was from last set, and then it got a counterpart this set. I didn't even realize that. That's pretty cool. So it's kind of like side support. So this is when set order is played from hand, it is put into your order zone. Look at top 3 cards, choose up to 1 set order. The same card name as your order zone from them. It really puts you in. I actually talked about this card last time. And then basically when this happened, then you can energy blast 3 and you call this card in the same column as that. That's so fresh free value. I wonder if there's like a deck that can actually abuse that. That's so good. You basically just get like 2 cards for free. That's so good. I have to just play set order, which is what Brandt Gate does. Like that's such cool generic support. I wish they printed more of that kind of generic support. And it's even cooler that there are 2 separate sets that are kind of like besties. Like they're besties, guys. They're besties. You have to understand, those 2 are besties. Mwah. Keter, I will not lie, the one deck I really didn't spend that much time on so far has actually been the Lyle deck, but I'm just gonna, I've seen gameplay, I just really haven't spent much time on it, but just letting you know, the new Lyle deck is out. I know people really hyped this up and I don't know what happened afterwards, but I'm gonna talk about the other stuff because I'm really excited for their stuff. The Bastion got support, which is really good. Bastion got new support. It got this new Angel card. She's really good, and then also got a new grade 2. Not this grade 2, is this grade 2 if I remember correctly. Yeah, this one right here, which also counts as a grade 3, also has boost on it. It just makes Bastion just way better. Bastion just basically got good support this set, so there actually is a chance that maybe Bastion has some performance. And actually, I have seen on Twitter in the last like month or so, people kind of ranking up Bastion higher than it has been in the last like year or so, because it's been kind of downhill for a while. But some people have been talking about it being a little bit better. Around that, so again, more wild support. There's quite a bit of wild cards because she's like a brand new deck basically, so she has a lot of her own support. I was very surprised to see Raziel got support as well, so be on the lookout for that. If you're still playing Raziel, you actually have another card for you. And then I believe that's primarily it. We have like some like these cards that have like boost if something's placed in the same column as it. We got the shield. This is a back row. Oh yeah, Hound Riser got support too. Hounds that you could use, or High Beasts that you can use as well, so be on the lookout for those as well. And then this is more wild cards. I'm just seeing if there's anything else really. This one's pretty good. It gets some power as well, and then that's also good. And you can rest this and get power something else, which is also not bad. Here's that grade 3 again with the extra shield on it. I'm just trying to see if I missed anything else. Here's the shield for the third battle, so keep in mind, like I said, every single nation seems to have gotten these. I don't know if Lyrical got theirs. Here's another Hound. This one's actually pretty good. Another wild card. And then when your two Vanguard attacks, you can retire this unit, and that unit gets to plus 5k. I think this is the support for that one guy, Graham Grace, if I remember correctly. I think this is low-key Graham Grace support, but it doesn't actually say Graham Grace on it. Anyways, that's it for Keter. So Stoicheia got like 2 new decks. You notice Brandt Gate actually didn't get any new decks. It's just kind of interesting. But the not clear deck, which I have spent 0 time on this, and I really like Stoicheia. I don't know what it is about like fairy decks. Every time I look at a fairy deck, I don't want to play it, which is kind of crazy because I usually like fairy decks. I don't know what's wrong with me. But anyway, she got new support. Well, she has a whole new line of stuff. And then also this guy got new support as well. This is a new version of the Granfia deck. For some reason, he's really bad. So I don't know why, but he just is. I really experimented with Granfia a while back, and then I kind of dropped it because I thought it was too glass cannon for me. But maybe there's a world where it's actually better. Here's the damage card, and then that's the main deck when we go back to the actual deck. So if you're looking for that, we also did get some Maelstrom, and we got some Arcos Iron support, both this and another grade 1 down here. Really good cards. We also got Magnolia support. We finally have this grade 2. Lets you find Magnolia faster. It actually makes it so much better to play the Mask one now as well. You can basically top 7 Soul Blast to get your card, and then what's really good about this is that you can now it's a grade 2. It's not grade 1 anymore, so we don't have to grade 1. They don't have to run grade 1s at all anymore, so now you can just prioritize running this. Also, this one has the same effect as the grade 1 we've had in the past, the C-roll, which also gives 10k persona to your back row as well, which is really big. This is just way more consistent in every way. It's just a better card in every way. It's a top 7 as well, which is also really good. So yeah, this card is really good. It actually makes Magnolia significantly better. So whether you want to play the persona build or you want to play the mask build, we have a lot more options now, and this card is definitely the big closer for this. It makes it just a lot better. Is the deck a lot better? I don't really know. I just know the deck will play better. That's basically all I know. This one can intercept and gets 10k shield. It gets 5k shield and also cannot be retired, which is also pretty good. It also, when it attacks, it gets 10k power as long as your opponent's on grade 3 or greater. And it says when your other unit attacks from back row, you get this gets 10k. So what you can do is you can leave this in the front row. It'll get power, and your back row do attacks. In the front row, you can intercept with it, and then you'll have the extra shield. So it's also pretty good. So it's a good like one of if you really want to toss it into your deck, because it can't be targeted, which is also really nice. Unless you're playing against Bob, it'll get board cleared, so just be careful. And then we got some more Granfia support. We have one singular Flagbird card. I'm trying to remember where it was. It was like one Flagbird card. It doesn't do anything crazy. There's actually like a couple cards in the other nations that have this too. Then we're going to have a great greater Flagbird's card. All your units in the same column as the unit gets plus 5k. Now that's actually not bad. Basically, the thing in front of it that will be where you're standing will have plus 5k on it as well, and she will have it as well, which is actually not bad. It's just a space thing. This deck just doesn't have space, but this card's really pretty. Actually, I actually think this is a really cool card. So there's that. I think that's it. Everything else is related to the non-clear deck and the Granfia deck, which I'm not going to go super deep into because I don't know much about it, and I'm not here to give you guys wrong information. I'm just here to talk about cool stuff. And this one also just randomly gets like 3k. If your Vanguard's good there, you gets 3k. What the hell? We got quite a bit to talk about here. There's quite a few decks that got some support. So we have the new Juicy Fruity deck that just got that's about to get released. It's a token-based deck. I will say it just needs more support. I've been spending a little bit of time on it. It's a really cute deck. It's absolutely just so adorable. I love the look of this deck and everything. If reading it, you can definitely tell where it's lacking. It just needs more support, and this is the first wave, so I think over time it might get good. I think right now it's a little weak, but it does have that turn 1, turn 2 rush because it's got the tokens and stuff like that, and then you can play with orders. And we also got a bunch of support for like friends randomly. Like this, there's a whole ass card for friends, and it's actually a really pretty card. It's not a a random lyrical unit dress card. You'll actually notice a lot of these aren't, and thank God. It's actually one of my favorite sets for that's like a main set lyrical deck, because it's not, you know, it's other stuff. They have like different outfits. It's so cool. So this one basically lets you get a guy, which is also pretty good, and then also she has her other ability where she gets the friends ability, and also the same card, the same unit, like the same column as her gets the 5k, just like that random card we just read actually. And then also there's some least about support. It's just kind of there. I don't even know if you play this, but you can stand while your back row dudes, so it gives you more power if you restand like up for grade 2, whatever. I just don't know if you have space for that. We also have some sound support. This card is actually really good. This says, because it says when this unit is retired from the rearguard circle, if you have a greater back or without desired card, then you can call up to one shadow army token. It's actually really good. It's the back row, but it's really important because you'll basically call over her and then you'll get more tokens. And on top of that, she also lets you get more cards and kind of discard more cards to find more sounds that are more in your job, so you can play from your job instead of from your hand. Also really good. We have this as well, which also is really random. So with this card, you may put into soul, and then when it boosts a token, it can also be put into soul to draw 1. Also a pretty good card there. And then we also have this Square card. She's not that great for the Mermaid Vanguard, which gives some plus 5k, so it's okay. It's not that great, but it's okay. And then she also says when turn from hand, if you have the Chris Rain Vanguard, you can also put a different card from this card from hand into soul to draw 1. Really weird. It's like you have to put something else specifically, but she's not terrible. She's just okay. And then what else we have? We have some Artisaria here, so you can Soul Blast 2, put this back to your hand. And then we have the token booster also goes back to your hand. It's important because the token cards care about what goes back to your hand. Is kind of like a weird thing. It's also a lot of Soul Blasting, which also matters because the deck actually wants herself in soul, like her own Vanguard. When this other one, units placed to say column as this unit, you can reveal a normal unit from hand, put to bottom deck, draw 1. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, that gets plus 5k. That's actually not that bad. You get to just draw and filter a little bit. There's that grade 3 shield. Here is the Juicy Fruity ride line, a little bit of the ride line we're seeing here, and then we got some more Chris Rank cards, Juicy Fruity right here as well. Another one, when your rear guards attack, this unit boost hits if you have 3 or more friends and returns to hand. Chances are there's not gonna let it hit, but also they might not know it has an on hit on it. I know it's kind of weird, not bad, but if it didn't have the on hit on it, it'd be like insane. The fact that it has to have the on hit on it, it makes it so much harder. Like they could have restricted it to like the friends card and have you bounce it back, but because it has to have the on hit, it makes it a lot worse. And then some more juicy support, and that's basically it. That's everything. That's the entire what to buy. Basically just giving you guys examples. What to buys are kind of weird. Like I don't, you know, it's not really a matter of like something you have to buy, it's just an option. And then like the secondary cards, like basically the cards that aren't restricted to any specific card. There aren't that many of them. There's the grade 3 and the grade 1 that have the shield on them, and then there's a couple random sporadic cards that are just like random unit stuff that you can buff up your board with, but there really isn't much else. Everything else is like restricted to either its ride line, its ride deck, or something like that. Also, most of these decks are really easy upgrades. I'm gonna go back to this. Like a lot of these decks, if you already own them, you're dropping like 2-3 cards in and you're done, maybe even 1 card, and most of them actually will just be perfectly fine. Like they'll work perfectly fine as they are, like with the upgraded stuff and everything. So definitely not a bad set for people that have already been playing the game. I think it's a little bit harder for those people coming into the game, because those people coming into the game might be looking more at some of the cards up here, or some of the decks up here, and a lot of these decks didn't get support. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. 50 cards at shop, OuterOrange. Use my code to save some money. This deck, this set's about to drop on Friday. By the time you're seeing this, it probably less than a day if I didn't drop on the day of. So you got a bunch of stuff to look forward to, so check it out and all that fun stuff. Tell me below what your favorite deck is, what you're planning on building. I'm planning on building a lot this set actually. It's a lot of side stuff, like a lot of side decks. I'm basically building decks that people don't even know exist anymore. I might even try that random Dark States deck. You never know with me, you just never know. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out. That's been on. See you guys in a future video. Bye.